Hey, how you doing? I'm reviewing today the new Superman Batman Apocalypse film, which is the newest Bruce Timm film that has come out on DVD in the last couple of weeks. It is based on the Jeff Loeb Michael Turner storyline from Superman Batman called Supergirl. And I believe they retitled it just so they wouldn't have to call it Superman Batman Supergirl. I don't know. I guess that would be too redundant. But it's pretty close, almost frame for frame, panel for panel, the original story. And I've been kind of a little uneven with Jeff Loeb as far as his work. Some of his stuff has just been excellent, some of it's just been excrement. And this is one of those stories I do kind of like, actually. I do like the debut of Kara in post-crisis, if that really means anything anymore in DC Comics, and her debut. The story's a nice, good kind of adventure story origin where we bring Kara into this world as a full-grown teenager, and we get a nice tour around the universe, really, in DC. We see Gotham City, Metropolis, Themyscira, Apocalypse, we see Kansas, a real place. And it's quite a touching story, actually, because Superman, becomes very attached to her because this is the first relative. Literally a blood relative, being a cousin. But you know what? Anybody from that planet not dead to him is a relative, and this is very kind of a touching story about their connection. Actually, I think the film achieves this better than the original storyline did. And it's directed by Montgomery, who, let's see, I think his name is Lauren Montgomery, who directed the Wonder Woman film. And the story, it doesn't forget that it's basically about Supergirl, actually. And there's minor tweaks here and there. I think later in the story, they focus a little bit more on her, which is actually probably the smarter move, since it's her debut. Maybe we should focus a little bit on her. I also enjoyed the voice cast. We got the band back together again. We got Tim Daly as Superman, Kevin Conroy as Batman, Susan Eisenberg making a return as Wonder Woman. We also have Granny Goodness being played by Ed Asner again. Just brilliant casting. I still marvel at that great casting. And they got a couple of new actors, Andre Braugher as Darkseid and Summer Glut as Supergirl. And she does quite a good job. It's a nice, distinctive voice, and she portrays the character very well. Andre Braugher, I don't think was really cast well. I don't think he's a good actor, I don't think his voice just commands fear and respect that Darkseid does. I mean, that's why I like Michael Ironside so much. And you know what? It'd have been neat to go even further old school, to have Frank Welker do the voice. Frank Welker, cartoon voice legend. He actually played Darkseid in the Super Friends, Superpowers show from the 80s. It's pretty much the same voice he did for Dr. Claw and Christian Bale. Did you know he does the voice for Christian Bale? Anyway, I really enjoyed this film for the most part. I think probably my biggest beef is the fact that they had to mirror the Michael Turner art style for this film. And it's funny, the Michael Turner art style really conflicts with the Bruce Timm method of animation, because before the original Batman animated series, a lot of shows like this, done on Saturday morning and afternoon, did their best to try and detail, like a comic book quite often, and it would make for a lot of sloppy animation. I mean, watch old G.I. Joe and Transformers, you know what I'm talking about, a lot of mistakes. And Michael Turner is kind of like that, and I don't know if his art style really translates that well to animation, but not as well as like McGinnis's did for Public Enemies, and Darwin Cooks. I think Darwin Cooks is beautiful for animation. This not so much. Maybe they should have just went their own style, but hey, whatever. Plus, I don't know, his Batman is just weird looking, and his women look like emaciated marionettes. But that's just me. The Green Arrow short is excellent, by the way. I think Eric Holden Blow Himself Up Dude made a great comment about it. He said within 5 minutes you get to know everything about Green Arrow, and just a simple story. I mean, he goes to pick up Black Canary at the airport, and he finds himself defending a young queen from assassination. It's just bing, 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 perfect. Actually, it's better than the main feature, actually. I'm going to give Superman, Batman, Apocalypse 4 RAM chips. Pretty good, a little bit better than the original story. Animation isn't perfect. I say definitely a strong rental. Maybe a week buy. And the Green Arrow short is perfect. If you're kind of on the borderline about buying it, that should probably push you over. I think it's really well done. Until next time, push the button, Lindsay.